dugsiga boardingka iyo maalinlaha ah ee Amano boarding and day.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome my dear Form 2 students. This is chapter 5, coordination in plans. In our last two chapters we have been learning about coordination, which means making sure things happen at the right time, at the right place. Coordination, previously we learned about coordination in animals, which is two different types: nervous system and endocrine system. But today we are going to see the coordination in plants. Please look at this diagram. Okay, I think you can see that the stem or the shoot of these plants are somehow curved. So let me tell you why. Okay, this is called phototropism. Plants, the shoots grow towards the sunlight. Okay, plants lack nerves and therefore only possess chemical coordination. They don't have nerves like animals, so the only way that they use for coordination is having chemical coordination. They usually make movements of parts of the plant. It's all about movement. So this is movements are usually called movement of curvature. So there are two different types of movements. Number one, a target movement, and number two, growth movements. These are the two types of movements that plants make. Okay, let's look at the target movement. A target movement. The target movements occur in organisms which have regions of bending where cells either shrink or swell up. Cells either shrink or swell up due to loss or gain of targetity. You see, please, they can shrink because of due to loss of targetity, or they can swell due to gain of targetity. So let's look at what we mean by the word targetity. We know that plant cells have cell walls. Plant cells have a rigid cell wall. So if plant cells take in water, they do not burst like animal cells. This rigid structure prevents them from being burst. So instead they become swelled, target. On the other hand, if they lose water, they become plasmolyzed or shrink it. So what causes the plant cells to shrink or to swell up is the amount of water being taken or given off by the cell. Look, please. Cell A and B, they are plasmolyzed, shrink it. That means they, in this, this time, they lost a lot of water. This usually happens, for example, in the tomatoes. If you look at the leaves of the tomatoes, at noon, they just become wilted to reduce the surface area, so that they lose a little water. So for the leaves to become wilted, they should lose more water. On the other hand, this leaf gains more water, then it become what? It become target. It become target. But these movements are reversible. Yeah, these movements are reversible. We mean reversible if, for example, if leaf loses more water and become plasmolysate, if it gains again water, it can become go back to its normal shape. It can go back to its normal shape. Growth movements. This is the most common type of movements made by the plants. Unequal or differential growth in different parts of an organ results in it is bending or it is growth. This is organ can be can be the flower, can be the shoot, can be the root, and so on. Okay, so if a stimuli comes, for example, we have a plant here. So this plant grows, that way. Okay, if we put this plant in a place, where there is no light except here, so that's the sun. So light comes from here, but not here, please. The plant it no longer grows that way. Instead, it will curve like this. So the shoot will grow to the direction of what? Sun. This is called phototropism. Roots grow towards chemicals, water, minerals, and so on. I think you saw the sunflower. The flower usually grows towards the sun. This is because there is what's called hormones, auxins. So if the sun is here, for example, in that direction, hormones will be concentrated at the shaded part. So this part grows faster than this part, and that's what causes the plant to bend towards the sun, please. So the shaded part, the hormones, auxins, will be more concentrated in the shaded part than in the light part. So more growth here takes place here. So the shaded part grows faster than the light part. So that's why the plant is curved towards the source of stimuli. You can see this diagram, please. You can see this diagram. This is called geotrophic. The word geo means gravity. Geo means gravity. So negative here means away. You learn in Form 1. Negatively geotropic. That means the shoot grows away from the gravity. While roots grow towards gravity. Positive means what? Towards gravity. So this is growth movements. What we have today. So let me remind you, please. Today our lesson was about coordination in plants. So we said plants do not have nerves. Please remember that they don't have nerves. Instead, they use chemical coordination. Coordination, just like in animals, they use hormones. They use what? hormones. So thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.